I want to talk about a card that has terrorized people for a very long time. And I think it's about time it receives some addressing. This thing.
Oh my god!
This fucking card right here. Rhystic Study. Everyone knows Rhystic Study. It's the best blue card draw spell in Commander. 3 mana, draw 27. It causes complete political anguish amongst the whole table. This card should get banned. I don't care what anyone says, alright? This card is a problem. Rhystic Study is a problem. Why is there a problem? I'll tell you why. Alright? All this started from this right here. This post. I saw this tweet by Tim's Wheelbarrow. Shout out to him. And in this tweet, he asked the question, what is the biggest issue with Rhystic Study? Was it number of cards it draws? The age-old question of, do you pay the one? Was it the art by Teresa Nielsen, who is a not-so-great person nowadays? Or was it simply just a fact that the format is oversaturated with it? It just appears too much. In my opinion, it's none of these. Technically, it might fall under the do you pay the one category, but I don't think it does personally. The problem with the Rhystic Study is that this thing causes an extremely long, game-stopping conversation that has to be had to help ensure the table actually plays around it correctly. And then sometimes the table still won't, resulting in bad feels for everyone involved. I cannot tell you the number of times a Rhystic Study is resolved. We have to have this super long game-stopping conversation about why everyone should pay the one and no one should be greedy. Please, everyone just be responsible. Don't let the Rhystic Study player draw a million cards, and it's gonna be okay. It'll be a great time. It's gonna be fine, right? That never happens. The best case scenario is that everyone just understands Rhystic Study is a card, and it's that you should never, ever allow your opponent to draw like cards casting spells. Rhystic Study should always just end up being a one-sided sphere of resistance. Here's a problem. That never happens. I want to say maybe in like the past 2 years, I've had 2 times ever where the entire table is responsible and they just pay for Rhystic Study. It never happens. This thing has been the result of so many feel bads in Commander. Because what happens almost 99% of the time is that there's one person. There's that one fucking guy. There's that one fucking guy who's like, no, I'm not gonna pay the one. I mean, my opponent's pay the one, but I'm not gonna pay the one. Because, you know, surely if I'm the only person here not paying the one, it's okay. Which leads down this horrible rabbit hole conversation of, oh, no, my spells are more important than yours. My spells are more important. I don't need to pay the one. You do. When in reality, if everyone was responsible and paid the one, it'd be fine. But guess what? It doesn't happen. That never happens. The card almost always creates these, like, really toxic situations where it's like, either the game has to totally stop and a huge, like, 5 to 10 minute conversation has to be had about how to deal with this thing, assuming no one blows up immediately, which hallelujah when that happens, honestly. If someone just counters it, I'm happy, because then the game can actually continue. We don't gotta stop dead in our tracks and say, okay, everyone just pay the one, be a responsible taxpayer, pay your tax dollars, and life's gonna be okay. Rhystic Study is, in my opinion, almost entirely a net negative for the format. Yes, I understand that Commander is like the only place where you can effectively play Rhystic Study. I understand that, but this thing almost always just causes toxic environments where it's like someone doesn't pay the one and then the study player wins because the whole table just let them draw 30 million cards. Like it's always negative. It always feels bad. The card is a net negative. It's unfun. It almost always causes toxic discussions about responsibility. I think it's my firm belief that if you do not pay the one with study every time, that is irresponsible and you're only helping the study player win the game. All right, please, I beg of you. If you're watching it, all right. If you're watching this, all right, please, bro, look at me. If you're watching this, bro, please. Just, I understand it's painful, all right. You wanna cast your spells. You don't wanna pay one to Rhystic Study to deny your opponent drawing a card. I understand. All right, I get it. But please, just be responsible with your mana. All right. Pay the one, because if you don't, all it takes is one person to say, I'm not gonna pay, and then it snowballs, and another person goes, well, if you're not gonna pay, I'm not gonna pay. So now the third player is like, well, if I don't pay, if I pay the mana, I'm gonna fall super far behind because nobody else at the table is respecting the Rhystic Study. So now I can't pay either. And now we're at the point where the Rhystic Study player is drawing like 5, 6, 7, 9 million cards in a turn cycle. And that's the issue. It's a group effort. It is a group effort from everyone involved that they have to pay the one for Rhystic Study in order for this card to be kept in check. Nobody wants to pay one every time or someone else draws cards. It's either way too strong and draws a caster way too many cards, or it's just not fun rest of the table. All right. All I want for Christmas in what is it? It's May. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December. All I want for Christmas is just Rhystic Study ban. Rhystic Study ban. Please, bro. Please. It's all I want. It's all I want. I just want a Rhystic Study ban. I'd be happy. No more toxic conversations about how everyone needs to be responsible with their mana and just pay the one. No more non-games because the whole table just said, oh, I'm not going to pay mana. My spells are more important than yours. Just get out of there. Card's too good. Causes toxic game scenarios. Please. That's all I want. Thank you.